telephone pole we get.
They couldn't go any further. They said we want to be able to jump down and not hurt ourselves. They're smart.
A civil celebration.
It's officially the offseason now, so what's Seattle's outlook? They'll have the fourth most cap space in the NFL. Some important decisions, though, to make on free agents, including Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker. Plus, they'll need a new offensive coordinator as Klint Kubiak off to become the Raiders head coach. Here's Kubiak on his next stop.
You guys know I'm going to Las Vegas, so I'm fired up about it. But tonight, for one more night, hell yeah, I'm going. Of course I'm going. Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad we cleared that up. Are we keeping well, it's expected, even though everybody knew.
Hell yeah,
Marcus Spears, Mina Kimes joining us up here. Great to see you guys. And Mina, you get the Super Bowl win, but then your OC is now going to Vegas. How big a deal is that for Seattle's outlook going forward?
It's a big deal. Ask Philadelphia. The Super Bowl champions get robbed of coaches. Klint Kubiak came in and reinvented this offense. The season before, and with Ryan Grubb, it was one of the pass heaviest offenses in football. Geno was constantly in the gun. The offensive line was struggling. Kubiak comes. He turns them into one of the most run-heavy offenses in the NFL. Under center, play action, condensed formations. It was a reinvention, and it worked. And I would argue, particularly the run game, which struggled in the beginning of the season, figured things out. He found ways to get more efficient running the ball, ended up showing up in the biggest game when it mattered the most. It's why Kenneth Walker is joining us later today. So even if they go internally, and I know Peter's going to address that, you can't just hit copy and paste. Because when I think about Kubiak, I think about adjustments he made in the season at halftime that were so pivotal, and you saw what happened in Philadelphia when you don't have a coach who could do that.
There's two really good offensive coaches on that staff that could potentially replace him. One of their names is Jake Peetz, who's been around the league for a long time and also spent some time in the college game, who is the passing game coordinator and has been at the hip of Kubiak. The other is Andrew Janocko, who for 13 years has been a quarterbacks coach in this league, and Kevin O'Connell looks at as one of his closest pals from going back to that time. And now, of course, he has that connection with Darnold. The question remains, though, McDonald made one of the most boldest decisions to go and say, you know what, Grubb, it's not working. After 1 year, I hired this guy. We're going to wipe it clean, and we're going to go with Kubiak. The question remains whether Kubiak poaches some of those offensive coaches with him and takes them to Vegas. We call it the brain drain around the league. When you got a good team, you lose a coordinator, you don't usually just use one coach. He might take an assistant wide receivers coach, a running backs coach, a tight ends coach. All of that is fun to monitor. We first have to see who the hire will be, and then who that staff is going to be in Vegas.
Yeah, I'll be honest with y'all. I don't care about the staff or the coach. I care about if he's going to build an offense for Sam Darnold to have success. That's what Klint Kubiak did, and that entails the run game. That entails various formations. We saw how Jackson Smith and Jigba has been used. I know you can't copy and paste, but there's a whole year of a sample size of winning the Super Bowl of what these individual players do successfully. So when you're making the decision about who the offensive coordinator is going to be or who you decide to promote, Sam Darnold needs to be addressed. He needs to be talked about. How will you and this guy flow? What will the communication be like? 2 games before the Super Bowl, I saw Klint Kubiak put the football in Sam Darnold's hand to win the games. And then this Super Bowl, it was about Kenneth Walker and making sure that Sam Darnold was comfortable. And the game shifted, to your point, MK. Let's not turn it over. Let's not make the critical mistakes. And that takes communication and kind of a non-verbal communication between the offensive coordinator and the quarterback.
I think part of the reason the Seahawks signed Sam Darnold and made the other move they did at quarterback was because of how they thought he fit in with the Klint Kubiak offense. So good on those boots, rolling both to his left and his right. So whatever the situation is next year, the offense should look like it did this season.
Easier said than done, right, as we're all saying. On the flip side of this, now we know for sure Kubiak going to Vegas. What do you make, Peter, of the fit there?
I think it's fascinating because here you have Klint Kubiak, who made that joke about, hell yeah, I'm going. That's the most animated we've seen Klint Kubiak his entire NFL career. And now he's going to Las Vegas, which is Sin City and bright lights. Like, that is not Klint Kubiak. He's a man of faith, he's a man of working, and he's all ball. I'm interested about the mix between Klint Kubiak, of course Tom Brady, but most importantly, who their quarterback is going to be. And if it is Mendoza, let's see if he can find that same magic he had with Darnold this season.
I like that fit as well with the quarterback and the play caller. I do think fixing that Vegas run game is going to be the most important task. You drafted Ashton Genty so early. Scheme will help, right? Not constantly leaning on your offensive line to pass protect. That under center, outside zone centric offense is a good fit, I think. But they're going to need to add players. The offensive line, in Las Vegas needs work for them to execute that scheme, as well as a receiver, I think.
Yeah, the Seahawks ranked 3rd in scoring and 8th in total offense in Kubiak's only season as the offensive coordinator. He's going to try to take that magic to Vegas. And you know what, guys? I'm working up kind of an appetite here. I ran down Main Street after visiting with Mickey. So what I heard is there's some snacks around here. I'm told. I don't know where they are. This is a slow build. I promise they're coming.
I want a Mickey Mouse ice cream
The magic
sandwich.
of Disney is going to happen because I see some churros over there. I don't know if they see me.
Oh, yeah, baggies.
I'm
bags and
eyeing
bags.
them. I promise the food is coming. Here it comes. Oh, and I see a popcorn Disney. Hello, Jason. Jason. Yes. Pass them out.
Churros look good.
Yep. Oh, and what is this? This is like a Mickey Mouse
hands all over all of them.
of
Sorry.
popcorn.
Grab the paper.
Oh. Mina. Okay, thank you. That's it. What else do we have
I
here?
wonder why I'm always filthy.
Popcorn.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
What are those beignets?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah, that's the
thank you.
beignets. Yeah.
Okay, now this is what you get at Disneyland.
The magic
Incredible.
of Disney.
Oh, my
I want
God.
that.
Actually, this is a Mickey Mouse shaped beignet. Wait.
You know how you know these are
Gotta
good?
get a close up. Look at
See
this.
them through the bag now.
The grease spill.
Look how gorgeous that is.
Oh, cute.
That's from
Should I just rub this all over my vest? Because I feel like it's going to happen.
RC and Dan.
Hey, y'all, Dan.
Dan ain't eating these.
Hey.
There it is.
I got you. I got you, RC. Dan, you want to? Dan, what do you say? A minute on the hips or?
Dan is not touching one of those.
Minute on the lips.
We got you carrots and celery,
There you
Dan,
go.
if you need. It's good.
Got to eat this the right way, guys.
Yeah, don't make them.
I'm scared.
No
Nope.
memes. We're
Nope.
good.
This
Come on.
It's the right way to eat it.
You eat
Well,
it from the
just,
side.
you know, from the side. Yeah.
Better.
I can't stand y'all.
Phenomenal.
One bite, though.
It's a really good churro.
Hey, let me get a beignet.
Okay, get in here.
Why
It's a
y'all so
Mickey beignet.
childish? We're just eating some food.
No,
I didn't say
I
anything.
think
What are
they
you
gave us
talking
the
about?
messiest food possible.
Yeah.
Mina, it's all over your dress.
Let me tell you one thing Mina gonna do.
Mina's
Mina
gonna make a mess.
Mina eat like I look.
You look great.
Eat like a
What are you
300
talking
pound.
Yeah. Mina's the
I'm
worst.
talking about-
The
We all do.
messiest eater
I'm
in the
talking
country.
A minute 35 seconds in the entire playoffs and didn't turn the ball over once.
Yeah, Hannah, you remember last week in the Bay Area, there were people that were picking the Patriots only so they didn't jinx the Seahawks because everybody else was taking the Seahawks. And the headlines, you knew they were going to be out. Seattle Times, redemption, that's in one of them from Seattle this morning. The morning after is everyone in the Pacific Northwest celebrating. And the other one, maybe the most appropriate, domination with the D outlined on its own because it's exactly what it was as we go back to the most magical place on earth, Disneyland, all a part of today's handoff for ESPN. Show's been out there throughout the afternoon. And Schrager joining us now. And look, it's hard to repeat Peter Schrager. So how are the Seahawks set up to do so even with losing Klint Kubiak, who will be the head coach of the Raiders?
Look, they bring back most of their players, and here's the real question when Kubiak is going to Las Vegas. Is he taking any of those coaches with him? A lot of times you get something called the brain drain. When you win a Super Bowl, all the assistant coaches get promoted. They get to go to different places and explore. Can Kubiak recruit and take guys? Will he take other people? I look at names like John Benton, the offensive line coach, one of the most respected in the league. Jake Peets, his passing game coordinator, one of the best. Andrew Janocko, one of the top quarterbacks coaches. Do they stay and maybe get elevated in Seattle, or do they leave? But you're asking me if the Seahawks can repeat. Folks, do you think the Seahawks can repeat this next year? Who am I? They're very passionate, Matt. I'm just one man's opinion. They tell me yes.
Schrager asking the hard-hitting questions with fans in Seattle jerseys all behind him. Hey, the season's over, okay? So we have to do an appropriate finish, too, for Pete's sake. So the season finale, give it to us, sir.
Number one, the first thing I want to sound off on. Sam Darnold's journey was just absolutely awesome. Can we take a second to just go through what this guy, his career is taking? And then the fact he threw no interceptions in the playoffs. After everyone waiting for the other shoe to drop, I absolutely love the fact that he was flawless when it mattered most, even putting to rest any of that nonsense where just wait, he'll see ghosts. He didn't see ghosts, he saw the Lombardi last night. Number two, hey, this is where I get a little bit, if I'm a Seahawks fan, I got a chip on my shoulder. I wake up this morning, I'm thinking Seahawks. I go to the old draft